It is an end of a journey, or, well, a season, anyway. Today we are looking over episode 12, and the final episode as well of Am I Actually the Strongest Season 1. Make sure you stick to the end as I give my general thoughts on the whole season. But before that, well, episode 12, what did we do in this one? Well, I guess we finally got a boss battle of sorts, which is something, and Char is still being the absolute most adorable little sister character I have seen in a long time. She must be protected at all costs. I will give episode 12 a little credit in terms of developing the backstory of the lolly professor a little bit. Genius child, worthy of the highest honors of the magic world, decided to go into ancient magic because that's what she's interested in, I guess. And I also did like the small nugget we got about Iris, that while she is still a teen and young, she is still only level 5 out of 35, meaning she might not be able to level up as most people usually do. And that might be why she ended up actually going into this ancient magic course, because she might be trying to unlock her potential or get stronger by some other means than normal level ups in this magic system in this world. Now, before we get to the boss fight in this episode, I have to say, this house, Hafen, whatever it was called, this guy has a personal assassin unit. I mean, yes, I know you're like a high up noble, but a personal assassin unit? And later we find out this assassin unit brought 20 of their elite forces to kill off Haruto and the others. So you have at least 20, clearly more, of an elite assassin unit just under your personal home guard. Like, what? How expensive is this? I mean, I'm sure you're rich and influential, but still, that must really drain the bank account. Goddamn. Is it common for nobles to have assassin units under them, or is this just a you thing? Anyway though, the poor assassins get absolutely destroyed by Haruto in his Shiva costume, and he just toys with them. Poor schmucks. And of course, we do also find out a bit from the Hafen guy that he sided with the cult, church, whatever, so that his father could be king and then he could be king. Just general, trying to level up in the political world, gain power. You know, the usual. The absolute most fun part of this episode though, and what this show does the best, and that makes this show entertaining, even while nothing of real substance usually happens, is simply that you enjoy the humor and the self-indulgence and basically the self-humor as well on the entire show that it keeps giving us. For example, earlier in the episode, when Iris basically just falls on Haruto's lap, like, oh my god, thank you for being in the club with me. I don't know what I would have done without you. And that horrible shriek that Haruto gets out, it's like, oh my god, you're on my lap, stop. And then, of course, even the more interesting and entertaining thing when Char basically, as Haruto is going into this boss fight with Hafen, and his sister just calls in, it's like, Haruto, I couldn't sleep, so I thought you were doing something interesting. Like, yeah, I'm fighting this big foe right now. Oh my god, you're fighting this big foe? Awesome. And then she just watches Haruto fight and beat this thing, as she basically watches like it's an anime. And then Haruto shows off his new special attack, and Char's like, oh my god, a new special attack, amazing. It's so shameless, but it's so fun in the same way, at the same time, while it does this. A lot of it is due to Charlotte being absolutely adorable though. If she wasn't there, it would be way more bland, which it definitely makes it much more enjoyable than it has any right to be. Even after the fact, when Haruto beats this Hafen boss character, and then Charlotte at the end of the episode, with her own round table, basically has the VCR to replay the battle scene again of Haruto for the other people there. It's like, dude, this show is silly. It is very silly, but it is still very entertaining for what it is. I usually am not the biggest fan of, let's say, trash isekais. I mean, I do love isekai. I can't help it, I'm addicted. And I was disappointed initially a lot with this show, as I have mentioned in other videos, but it really grew on me. The specific sort of humor and lighthearted tone this show brings can be a very nice, sort of laid-back, guilty pleasure show. You will not really get anything out of this if you just want plot, narrative, character development, or any sort of deeper meaning or narrative drive. But as long as you stop caring about the logic and magic system and how all the details and things work and are congruent with each other in this world, you can find some enjoyment out of it for what it is trying to offer. It is far from the best isekai this year, or of any year, but it still stands above the very average generic isekai in my opinion, just because it has that ability to make you smile and make you just smirk and laugh along with some of the characters and enjoy the hilarity and absurdity of some of the things that are happening. That being said, I will have a full season 1 review coming in the next few days. Gonna record that right after this, actually. If you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff to support this new channel. Also, if you have any thoughts on the episode or on the show, season 1, or anything else, leave those comments down below. And if you want to see a video on this show as well of why Am I Actually the Strongest has no plot and why that is okay, click right here.